You're welcome back, guys. Welcome to this week edition of our weekly market analysis, where we'll be looking at what has been happening in the crypto markets. We'll be highlighting some of the price action of some of the crypto assets that we have in the crypto market, and through the price action, we'll be looking at what's the trading opportunities we likely would be considering for the week ahead. So, if you are just joining this channel for the first time, consider subscribing to this channel, because on this channel we talk about cryptocurrency, forex trading, how to make money and stuff like that. And if you are a returning viewer, make sure you click on the notification bell so that you get to see my content immediately I post them. So also make sure you like this video. It's very, very important because it helps YouTube algorithm push this video out to a lot of people so that they get to benefit. So what we do in this episode or in this session is that every week we come out on every Sunday to look at what has happened in the past few weeks and also look at opportunities to trade in the coming week. So now in this week we'll be talking about a few pairs, BTC, Ethereum, and some other crypto assets that we may likely find opportunity to trade them in this coming week. So if you want to know how I analyze the market, how I do my analysis, how to look at different areas of value on my chart, consider getting the 10x cryptocurrency mastermind course. That's a course that's going to teach you how to trade cryptocurrency from the scratch to the advanced level. So link is in the description below and somewhere around this video. So make sure you get that so that you will get a good grasp of whatever analysis I try to make on this episode. So this is BTC. Let's start from BTC. Actually, like I usually say, I like to analyze the market from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. But then, considering what we have on the higher time frame, I have, in the past few weeks, I have explained the projections I've seen on the higher time frame since January and my predictions on what's likely going to happen on Bitcoin in the next few months. Since January, I've done that and I explained that fully in the last two episodes. So consider watching the last two episodes. So I look at the monthly and weekly and daily. But today, this week, we'll be looking at the 4-hour time frame and the opportunities, the trading opportunities you are likely going to get from the market, looking at the 4-hour time frame and also the lower time frames. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, the market started somewhere around here last week, somewhere around 29,376, and we had a collapse to the downside to 27k. Then we had a push up. So looking at this market, we'll see that the market is pretty much ranging around this zone since March. The market has been ranging around this zone since March. So before we could determine what's likely going to happen when it's come to mid-term basis, we will need a solid breakout from this rectangle, and that is looking at the mid-term basis on the chart. But then looking at the short-term opportunities, trading opportunities, let me get rid of this. I would scale to the 1-hour time frame and see what we can be trading for this week. So looking at the 1-hour time frame, we will see that this market is pretty much in a channel. So let me just get my tool around here. So the market is pretty much in a channel. Yeah. So the market is pretty much in this channel. So looking at this market right now, there are two things I would be trading for the week, looking at this 1-hour time frame. So I would be trading the bounce of this channel. So I'll probably be looking for long opportunities from Bitcoin from this area of value, because the market is respecting this channel. It did at this point. Also, it respected the channel at this point when it came to it just last week Monday, and it did respect it again on Saturday, which is yesterday. So I'll be looking for buying opportunities around this area of value, and I'll be targeting this 30k zone because that's an area of resistance on this channel. So if it happens that there is a break to the downside from this channel, so I'll be looking to short, and I'll be targeting this area of value, even though that will be a long-term trade. But then my first target could be around here, yeah, somewhere around here. So my first target would be somewhere around here if we had a break to the downside. Then, and the scenario where I'll be going short is if we had a break to the downside, then a little bit of consolidation around this place, then I'll be looking to short this market, and my target will be around 24.7 to 25k zone. So that's the scenario where I'll be going short on BTC. But then looking at this channel, I feel that the market is going to keep respecting this channel, and I'll be looking to trade the bounce of the channel until we have a solid breakout to the downside. And if you don't have a solid breakout to the downside, then we'll be looking at something like this. We're looking at something like the market coming up to this area of value around 30 to 32k, where there is solid resistance that could push the market back to this trend line. So that is what I'll be looking for on Bitcoin. So let's scale down to Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum market and see. So this is Ethereum chart for on the 1 hour time frame. And looking at Ethereum, as we always have, we have something very similar to what we have on BTC. We have something like a channel, like a parallel channel, something like that. And so this is an area of value. This is an area of value. This is an area of support. So there is an area of value around here. So whenever the market comes to bounce it, then we look for long opportunities. So right now on Ethereum, I'll be looking for opportunities to long this market, so that I'll be respecting the channel and I'll be trading within the channel. Then I'll be looking for targets inside this channel, looking at the normal horizontal support and resistance. If you don't understand all these concepts, then you can just grab the 10x cryptocurrency market, cryptocurrency masterminds, the crypto course that teaches you everything crypto up to the advanced technical analysis, so that you understand all these terms, channels, area of value, support and resistance, and stuff like that. Also, I'll be dropping some other videos on this channel where I'll be talking about some of these technical analysis concepts. So make sure you subscribe and like this video. So looking at this, I'll be looking to long Ethereum if it comes back to this area of value. So let me just use my brush and draw that. So if it's come back to this area of value, this particular area of support, yeah. So if it's come back to this area of support, I'll be looking to long it and target this 20,108 zone or 20,015 zone, because the market is pretty much respecting the channel. But then if you have a break to the downside, then I'll be looking to short the market, and my target will be around this zone, somewhere around here, for short-term trading or day trading or intraday trading or something like that. So, and that will be a scenario where the market is going to break to the downside and have a retest. So if we have a break to the downside, maybe something like this, the market's coming down like this, then a retest of that area of value, something like this, then I'll be looking for a short opportunity to short the market and target this area of value around 1,107, because that's the latest, that's the next resistance to this market. So that will be my trading scenario for Bitcoin and Ethereum for this week. So let's look at few more pairs on my chart here and see if you can look out for trading opportunities on this pairs too. So if you are enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video. It helps me a lot. It helps me put up more content for you guys to enjoy. So be sure to do that. So now let's look at Litecoin, one of the coins that have a lot of volatility in them in the crypto market. And the last week I analyzed Litecoin and I was looking for opportunities to long it from this area of value which I have drawn since last week. And we had a long actually, but the long was short-lived around this $90 zone. So we had, let me zoom this out. So we had something from from here. We had a move from this place to this place. Yes, from this place to this place, which is around 91 bars, and it happened for 3 days before we later had a collapse to the downside, and we had a break to the downside from that area of value. So now the market had broken out to the downside to an area of value around here, because that's an area of value, and we could pretty much say that the market is just here to clear or to raise some liquidity, because there are a lot of liquidities around this area of value. So now after reading the liquidity, we see that the market is trying to push up, and we could take advantage of that for a long trade. But then before I take a long trade in this kind of scenario, I'm looking at a situation whereby the market is either going to reverse to this area for me to buy and target this resistance, because at this point the market is approaching the resistance already, and I can't be buying at resistance. The normal thing is that as a trader, you should be looking for short opportunities at resistance and buying opportunities at support level. So now this market is approaching a resistance level, which is an avenue for me to short if we had rejection at this point. But if I would ever buy, it will be two scenarios. If the market comes back to this area of value around here, I could just put a box here. So if the market comes back to this area, I'll be looking for a scenario where I'll be longing, and I'll be targeting this area of value. But if the market does not, then at this area of value around there, I'll be looking for opportunities to short it, or to let the market do its things and have a breakout of this area of value. So that is pretty much what I'll be looking out for on Litecoin for this week. So let's look at some more pairs. Let's look at Mana right now. Let's look at Mana. This is one of the market that I trade a lot, and looking at it from the 1 hour perspective, so I just have too much lines drawn on this chart, and that's because I trade it a lot. But then let me just pull out some of these lines and zoom it out a little bit. You can see that on Mana we have a massive downtrend, and last week the week started somewhere around this place. We had a push to the upside, and I had drawn this resistance level. That when we long this market from this place, because I called for a long on this market from this place last week, so we long it and it pushed up from this side. So now when it pushed up, we had a breakout of this resistance on Wednesday. Then we started collapsing to the downside. Now the market has formed a double bottom. Yes, because this is double bottom is one of the chart patterns that I trade a lot. Yeah, a lot. And this point, the market created a bottom here, reverse, and created another bottom. So as a pattern trader, what I'll be looking out for, even though it's at a resistance actually, but what I'll be looking out for is that I'm going to put a neckline around here. If you understand how to trade chart patterns, you know, in the 10x Cryptocurrency Mastermind, I explained that whenever you have a double bottom, like something like this, you put a neckline around this place, and once you have a breakout of this neckline, a breakout and retest, you are going to take a long opportunity. And once you have patterns like double bottom and double top, and other patterns like this, maybe the head and shoulder and the inverse and shoulder, they give you trading opportunities where you will be able to like have a massive movement in the market. So I'll be looking for a scenario. So I'll be looking for a scenario where this market is going to break out from this place and I have a retest. Then I'll shoot this market up and we would have something like this. Our stop loss is pretty much going to be around this area, and our final target will be this area of value. So that's going to give us something like a 1 to 4.6 risk to reward ratio, which is a very good trade. This is the kind of trade I like to take. So that will be my scenario for a long on Mana. So, but then before we do that, you must pretty be sure that this market has a breakout and a retest of this area of value before we shoot it up to this area. So in a case we do not have that, let's zoom out lower and see. Okay, in a scenario where we do not have that, then we might be looking for a short, which I really do not think is going to happen. But then anything can happen in this market. So because the market is approaching a resistance now, if let's say the market gets rejected at this point and we have a scenario to short, then we'll be targeting this 0.4996 area of value. So that will be my scenario on Mana for this week. So let's look at mask. So I was actually watching this coin for a few days right now, and I was looking for a scenario. I was actually looking for a scenario to long at this area of value, but unfortunately we had a breakout and I could not take that trade. But now we are trying to have a retest of this area of value. So in the case of mask, the market is bearish, and you know when you are in a bearish market, you're looking for short opportunities until the trend gets tired. And right now, this is an area where I was looking out for a situation whereby the trend will get tired, but then we have never had that yet. So before I could long this market, I'll be looking for a scenario whereby this market is going to break out of this resistance and come back up. Then I'll be shooting for a long. But if not, I might be shorting it again, but it's going to be a scalp trade. It's going to be a scalp trade probably on a 15-minute time frame, maybe shorting from this area of value back to this 4.18 before I look for another long opportunity. So I hope that is pretty much clear. So that will be my scenario on mask for this week. I'm looking for a situation whereby the market is going to break out from this place and go back up, and then we might have a rally up to this area of value. So let's look at XLM, one of the crypto assets I like to analyze a lot and I trade a lot, and you can see. So XLM also has put in a double bottom, and there is a breakout already. So you can see there is a breakout. So I'll be looking for a situation whereby this market is going to retest this area of value, because we already have a significant rejection candle on this 1 hour. So if you have a retest just like this, if you have something like this, and we see bullish candles forming around this place, then we'll be sending this market up. We'll be sending the market up to this resistance level. So that's going to be a very good risk to reward trade. So if you look at that, if you enter the market somewhere around here, put your stop loss just a little bit below this area, and your target at this, that would be a ratio 1:5.5 area of value, which means you are risking just one thing to get 5 things in the market. So that is what that means, and that's going to be a good trading opportunity. So it might take a little time, maybe a few days, 2 days, but then it's going to be worth it at the end. So that's that for XLM for this week. And if not, okay, there's another scenario where I might wait for the market. If that does not happen, the market might come back to clear some liquidity and come back to this 0.916 zone before we now buy again. But then if we have a retest and a bullish presence, then we are going to long this particular coin. So let's look at ADA. So let's look at ADA. I was on Saturday, Friday. Yeah, this was Friday, so Saturday. I was on long on ADA, even though we did not hit our final target before the market reversed. And when the reversal happened, we had a massive collapse to the downside, broke this support and came back lower. So we can just adjust this line. So this is a support zone, and from this support the market has bought again. So what I'll be looking for before I can take a long on this trade is for the market to come back to this support and long and target this resistance, because at this point the market has picked up already and it is already a moving trend, and this is a resistance. So if the market breaks that resistance, we can find a long opportunity to put the market up to this area of value. And if it does not, then we can scalp trade it and short it back to this area of value. So those are my projections on ADA for this week. So let's look at STG as well. Let's look at STG. STG is currently at an area of value. So, and we have something like a fake out here, a scenario where the market is going to break out of a support and come back. So now we can just scale to the lower time frame. I'm just going to scale to the lower time frame and look for opportunities to buy this coin. So if we have a bullish presence around this area, maybe a candlestick or something around here, we can take a long on STG and target. This will be our first target because that's the next available resistance. So, but for a short, let's see if we can have a short scenario. I'm actually not looking on a short scenario on STG at the moment. So my projection on STG is to long this coin. So if we break to the downside again, maybe there will be an opportunity to rebuy or to long again at this 0.6877. So, and this will be the last for this week. INJ. So INJ has formed a double bottom here, breakout, but then it's still at the resistance. So if anybody has taken this trade from this point, that would have been a good trade, but then we are at the resistance, we are broken out, then we might be looking for a retest and before we join the buys and target this place. So my only scenario on INJ for this week is a buy. Unless you come back to clear some liquidity here. There's a lot of liquidity around this place. If you come back to clear it, fine. But then I don't really see that happen immediately this week. So those are my projections for the week. So if you have some comments, if you have some observations, you can put them in the comment section. If you have some topics or some things you would like me to talk about on my channel, put it in the comment section so that I'm going to know that. So make sure you like this video. It's pretty much important to me. I would love you to do that right now. Subscribe to my channel, and we are going to see again on this episode, another episode of this program next week. See you.